Hey, what's good, fam? It's Kyle Henderson of Bama Football on YouTube. Like and subscribe. Texas and Alabama. We know the kickoff time and the TV information for the highly anticipated game, which is taking place on September 9th, 2023. That's week 2. Texas will travel to Alabama to play under the lights against Nick Saban and the Alabama Crimson Tide at BRYANT-DENNY Stadium on Saturday, September 9th, under the lights at 6 p.m. TV is ESPN. Now, don't get it twisted. This is Texas's. Now, don't get it twisted. This game is everything for the Texas Longhorns once again. Another opportunity to prove that Steve Sarkisian is A, the coach that Texas believes he is, and also Texas is living off that last year 20-19 game where they felt they had Alabama on the ropes in Austin, Texas. Remember, rewind to 2022 when Alabama defeated Texas 20-19. Had a rally from behind. Bryce Young, fourth quarter. That was an incredible clutch game for Bryce Young. Leads Alabama down the field. Will Reichard hits the game winner. That was a really monumental game early on in the college football season for the Alabama Crimson Tide. When you look to the box score last year, it would have been interesting to see what Quinn Ewers would have done against Alabama, right? He went down. He was 9-12, 134 yards. Bijan Robinson, Alabama did a good job stuffing him up. He only had 57 yards and a touchdown. But Texas does return a lot of weapons, adding A.D. Mitchell from the transfer portal. Xavier Worthy, one of the top wide receivers in the country, returning. Also, Jatavion Sanders. Alabama has added some arsenal in the secondary. Most recently, Trey Amos and Jalen Key have been brought to the roster. An already stacked secondary. Kool-Aid, Terrion Arnold. Who's going to go up against Xavier Worthy, right? Or A.D. Mitchell? In fact, when you look to DraftKings, Alabama is a 7-point favorite against the Longhorns already in week 2. Love the matchup for the college football season. Alabama's first game of the season is against Middle Tennessee on September 2nd at BRYANT-DENNY Stadium. Then Texas. Then Alabama will take a trip down to Tampa on September 16th. Love to go to Raymond James Stadium, right? As Alabama will take on South Florida on September 16th. Then come back and take on Ole Miss on September 23rd. And Alabama has scheduled their homecoming game for Arkansas, which is October 14th. Sam Pittman and the Razorbacks coming to Tuscaloosa. We've talked about Texas a little bit before. A lot of hype surrounding the Longhorns. Urban Meyer recently said that they have one of the best rosters in all of college football. I think it's going to come down to the quarterback play clearly once again for the Alabama Crimson Tide. And we can't talk about the quarterback because we don't even know who the quarterback is going to be for Alabama. A lot of people forget, in my opinion, Jace McClellan had a nice game against the Longhorns. 97 yards with a touchdown. It was an 87-yard run. Actually, 81, my bad. Not 87, 81. We already talked about you can't sleep on Jace McClellan, right? And all the running backs that Alabama has. And we talked about the receivers. We're a little harsh on them, right, on our Rat Poison podcast. You feel those receivers are going to step up. I know we've talked about them again. And you add C.J. Dupree to that tight end room. But I think clearly this matchup comes down to when you look to the way out, right? So many days away from this game. But when you look to Alabama and Texas, I think if Texas can stop Alabama's pass rush, that could give Texas a great opportunity to make this game close once again. But you have Dallas Turner coming after Quinn Ewers again. All right. You have Chris Broswell. Who knows how talented Keon Keeley is going to be when he gets here? Or Yanzi Pierre. right? So Alabama sneaks out of Texas last year with the 20-19 victory over the Longhorns, already favored by 7 by DraftKings. That game, again, is scheduled for September 9th, 2023 at beautiful BRYANT-DENNY Stadium. I'd like to get your early observations and early take on that game, your excitement for that game. I know that you're looking forward to Steve Sarkisian and, the Texas Longhorns coming to Tuscaloosa under the lights. I think the BRYANT-DENNY Stadium, ever since they upgraded their lights, one of the best atmospheres in all of college football. Absolutely. That place is going to be packed. Places are going to be sold out. But this game is a bigger game for Texas for so many reasons. But Texas, they want to get to where Alabama is, right? A lot of these programs do. So it's their Super Bowl. It's their Super Bowl every single time you play the Alabama Crimson Tide, but more specifically for Texas. And I think that Texas, they have endless resources. Their backyard is filled with 5-star prospects. You have Steve Sarkisian, who is a fantastic college football coach. Yeah, I think he's a great coach. Honestly, I really do. I think that Steve Sarkisian is a great coach. I think he did a great job in here for Alabama on the offensive side, and I think that his career is only going to, climb in a positive way. I really do. But as you know, when you look to assistants versus Nick Saban, it doesn't work out that well for assistants when you go against the GOAT, especially at home. I think it's going to be a game that we all look forward to. But I think, honestly, when you look to what it's going to come down to, it's Texas stopping Alabama's pass rush. But this is a big game for Texas. Can you imagine if Texas is able to beat Alabama in Tuscaloosa? You'd never hear about it. You would never hear the end. It would go on forever, forever, forever. They're still talking about that game last year when they lost 2019. Hit the thumbs up, like, subscribe. I appreciate you guys being here. Thank you very much for being a part of the YouTube channel. Bama Football on YouTube. Hit the thumbs up, like, subscribe. But the time is out for one of the most highly anticipated games in Week 2 between Alabama and Texas. Give me your take on the game inside the comment box. Appreciate you guys being here. One more time, Kyle Henderson of Bama Football from beautiful Tuscaloosa, Alabama. I appreciate you guys more than you know.